Scribal Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worse at attaining a purpose. While searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it, their soul cannot take it. Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow, with the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed 'em. You cannot read them, vibrations that none of them speak. Walker medu netter, light is feather is heavy. To learn that your will isn't free, net your willing, I continue to lead with my ebas. I'm sweeping, my conscience is clean. Training in realms that are unseen, my aura is summing, set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my eye, this is all seeing eye. We supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting and this year wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. Open your eyes. It's time to set off the alarm. The performance self-harm. Don't you know you're a star? God in human form and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I say, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famines expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing the hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and the God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have distinction between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat, and I command it. I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my art, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the all. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I say, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I say, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
You and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you rise and come forth as conscious flame, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore, Ma'at. Hotel.
I look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu, I am in mindset of when fighting jinns, sword swang, samurai, I am Shem, Su, Hor, son of Heheru, I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu, I am in mindset of when fighting jinns, sword swang, samurai, I am Shem, Su, Hor, son of Heheru, words powerful, Hekau, see, prove, you can feel the roots, gone, just look up, I am proof, breaking doors now, make some room, but I is now speaking through me and trust me. Scribe. Hotep Marie, Uncle Jasa Neb. Everyone, welcome to the House of Aten. And before we begin, let us start with the great affirmation. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Anki and Ma'at, N-S, Nintet, Aset and Ma'at, Min, Hepapet and Ma'at, Her in Hukui, Per Ikut. I live from Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. All right, Uncle Jasa Neb, everyone, Tua for being here. Everyone hit the like button. If you are here with us live and those who are watching on the playback, be sure you are subscribed as well, and the notification bell is set to all. I am Bata Eni at Aten Tahuti, alongside here with the great Dejed Sejem Ma'ahim Tipauku, and our great brother Tefrem Ken Ma'at, which may or may not be joining us this evening. So peace and love and welcome, everyone. As we got a little bit of a late start, but we are here nonetheless, and we are here to bring forth some powerful teachings. What's up, great Dejed Sejem Ma'ah? To you, great brother, and I'll give you the mic to speak to the people. Hotep.
Peace. Hotep, everybody. Hotep, great brother for time. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to Hotep. Shouts out to our Hotep Rock. And doing Hotep to my out. Definitely grateful for just the love, the peace. Dua to everybody. Definitely excited to be here for another Scribal Sessions. Definitely ready for the moon, the music, the magic, the matrix, the 4M's in there, man. So, dua to everybody, man. Definitely grateful. Shouts out to the great Basata, Maka Ox Effects, support here in the Cash App. Shouts out to you, great brother. Dua to you. He says, Hotep Marie Aout. Shouts out to the wonderful Nefer Angela Gates, Hotep Marie Aout. Definitely shouts out to Minty Hotep. We ain't the same, man. Fire. I know that's right. She says, peace, Hotep, per Unknet Marie. Shouts out to the great brother, Nukpu, Makaru, Amun Ray, Hotep, Natiru, Mary Ma'at. Shouts out to you, great brother. Definitely, like I said, we're grateful for being here. Everyone's healthy, everyone's at her. Everyone's doing well around here. Yesterday, man, celebrated my, just memory of my wonderful mutt. Yesterday would have been her Earth Day, her solar return, and all the Aout came around, where we, the place where we spread our ashes and stuff like that. So everybody came together, man. After that, we went to go spend some time at my Tef's house. Man, we've been on the road driving 5 hours on the road, man. There was all kind of things going on that day, man. There was a big fire went on. It was crazy, man. But everyone's safe. Everyone's good. We just, we grateful to, I always want to make sure that my mutt is in my daily life, man, and I don't forget the teachings that Saba, taught me, and I'm grateful, man. I'm just grateful for just that love and support. So it's good to be here. Um, no complaints on this end, man. We just gonna keep it pushing, keep it moving, and yeah, I'm grateful here, man. How you feeling, great brother Patah? Okay, Patah might need a minute. Let's go. Let's see. All right, shouts out to Robert Williams. He said, "Aha, I love that record keeper music, fire with the blue Eve." Robert Williams says, "Hotep Marie to the HOA." Hotep, great brother, you already know. And then we got Nature J, Hotep Marie to the panel, to the classroom, Uncle Justin Neb, the Jed, sir. Shouts out to you, great brother, Hotep, Uncle Justin Neb. Then we have Angie Martin. I'm not sure if I heard of that name before. If you knew it, it's my first time seeing you. Shouts out to you. She says, "Ashe, fam." So dua to y'all, man. Um, yeah, hey, I appreciate it. Nefer Nature J. So I'm always hey, that's a good. It's a lot of ends. It's cool, man. I love it. I like what Saba said. He always does that. Anyway, I felt that I talk to my mud every day and try to walk in my eyes so she knows she raised me. So Kim, yeah, do it, great brother. Yeah, man. One's mud, man, and my mud was, man, I was close to my mud, man. Why? Hey, man, our Earth Day is hey, we 3 days apart, man. So it's yeah, we close, man. We close. We were close, and we still are, right? It's a beautiful thing to have those that you love, man, still visit you in the Upash. I, hey, man, I don't look at it like everybody else do. Everybody in rest of my old, I don't look at it the same way they do, man. I look at it in a way of Kepara, right? That we do this, right? Because that Kepara, man, when you Kepara, you rise again, man. Always speak, may she hear the words of the Natiru. May she even see the house of Atum. When she becomes of a certain age or whatever, may she see this. And yeah, I won't forget that, man. I look at that differently, man. We got altars, everything set up, all that, man. Just you got to keep them within that cool, man. And this, to me, that's a never thing, man. And I'm not gonna stop that, man. And gonna always honor my mud, man. Always honor my mud. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. I don't regret the time that I've spent with her, and all the love that she was that she did at the best of her abilities, right? So I'm definitely grateful that she was my mud and taught me all the things that she could possibly teach me. And yeah, we're gonna always salute that, man. We're gonna always honor those. Always honor those who definitely was a huge impact in my life. So yeah, dua, man, definitely, man, definitely. Y'all already know. And T says, Brother Jajed, these moments are very precious. Protection over you always. Dua to you, great sister. Definitely appreciate that. Most definitely. yeah, make sure y'all smash that like button. Don't forget that for sure. Um, definitely, hey, hit the like button. Let's keep it going, man, all the time. Basatut, Hotep Wersen, the Jed, Sajim, and New. And new to you, great brother. Dua to you, man. Definitely appreciate you, great brother. Mentee, giving shouts out to the sister Angie Martin. Welcome, sister. I'm very happy to see you here. Most definitely. Always love new people, man. Yes, sir. Okay. And Nature J says, hey, you celebrate her by honoring her in your Eve. Oh, yeah, you already know. Most definitely. Okay, we got Mentee. She says, dua to the ancestors. They are the reason we are standing on Ma'at today. That's pure facts. Yeah, there's so many examples that has been left for us to conduct ourselves accordingly to Pekka Mku and to lead with the left, follow our Eid, and standing on that foundation and standing on Ma'at, to participate in Ma'at, to do what is pleasing to the Ka, right? So yeah, I'm definitely have y'all, man, here. I'm definitely grateful for my great brothers, Patah and Atef. It's good to have that, what one may call brotherly love, right? Just it's here right now, man, and it's an effort thing for it's an effort thing to be to when if plans change and certain situations go down, man, your brother's right there to be like, boom, like, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna make it happen, and we're gonna keep it going. So it's an effort thing, man, that happens here at the House of Atum, man. I'm definitely grateful for that. We got the great brother, Brian Tilson. Peace, brothers. Peace to you, great brother. For your water question yesterday. I'm still in the middle of that. Dua to you, great brother. Definitely appreciate your support for the great Saba Tahuti podcast. Tua to you, great brother. Definitely appreciate your energy and man, hey, you got questions, man, send them, right? No need sitting on them. Everybody got questions, man, and if you don't like what you hear, then okay, you can, what I mean? People can just go and do their thing, man, but if y'all have, everybody who's watching in the future, who we don't know, I'm just talking about new people. Hey, if you don't, if you go and check the previous pod classes and see what kind of answers is going down at the Tahuti pod class, oh man, hey, you won't be doubted, man. You won't be disappointed. I mean, you won't be disappointed. Saba answering everything, all things. It don't even matter, man. You could probably have Saba. Hey, give me a breakdown on paper towels. Like, man, he probably give you a 2-hour, 30-minute paper towel class, man. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, man. And yeah, Brian, you're not gonna be let down here, great brother. I'll tell you that right now, man. Everybody here is peaceful and respectful. He says, I'm trying to attend and be involved with all the broadcasts, even if I cannot participate. Hey, brother, you showing up and being here, even being in the chat. Hey, man, you participated, man. Whatever you can, whatever reciprocity you can give to Saba, man. Hey,
follow your Eve. It's a beautiful thing, man. Some of us have been here from the beginning. Some of us are people who, came on the next wave, the next year, and then new people on the following year. And hey, man, people come and go, man. But I think if somebody's really serious about searching for truth, um, yeah, they'll stay, man. They'll stay, and there's no obligation. It's just that one should always know within their Eve to be a part of something that they know it feels right within their Eve, and it can set time aside from their busy lives and be able to just show their love, show their appreciation, and that's good. That still keeps things moving. Now we know that people always going to have occasionally things to do and business to handle, or you know any- things that they have to handle or spend time with people or whatever. Like, we know that's going to happen, right? Like, it's all good. But if you can show that love and appreciate what benefits you, then hey, man, most definitely, you never have to worry about. Ain't nobody on here gonna bash you. I'm gonna tell you that. We ain't coming at people like that, man. Ain't nobody bashing nobody here, man. No, the isfet don't happen on here, man. And if it does, then you kind of got to deal with Nook Poo. You got to deal with Nick Poo, man. You bring the isfet on the chat. So, but yeah, no, man, we here. It's lovely. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, I just want to let y'all know. Hey, man, be ready for the pathways. We got the pathways gonna be kicking off, man. That's a beautiful, man. That's a beautiful environment, because we all meet up, man, and we get to sit down and talk to Saba, man, and people getting rent. You know what I mean? We sit and building with each other, eating great food, and all the out just come together, and we get to just discuss a lot of Nefer things, and to me, those things, those situations, man, in that environment, to me, will always be better than online type of things. This digital thing, man. When you got great Ebes that come together and just enjoy one another's company, it's a beautiful thing. And yeah, the pathways, that's definitely going to be in October. And yeah, we absolutely gonna have a fantastic time, and it's just something I look forward to, man. I look forward to it because you around a group of people that you will never be around on your day to day. Hey, if you feeling if you feel that the people that you are around now, on your regular day to day, and you feel like you the only person, hey, not here. Not when you come to the pathways. You with people, man, that ain't gonna look at you sideways, man, and you gonna have you just not gonna feel alone, man. You ain't gonna feel like you know what I mean. You speaking over people of you know what I mean, that's going over their head and stuff like that. Things that the people that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, they not thinking about. They just they not thinking about that, man. And not at the pathways, man. The pathways, you gonna feel at home, man. You gonna feel you're gonna be able to talk and build with with great people, man, and it's gonna be a never thing, and y'all won't ever have to worry about, like I said, feeling isolated, man, because it's all love at the pathway. That's belief. All love at the pathways. We got sorry nobody here. Peace chat coming forth as conscious light. Hotep out sending through none but positive vibrations. We got brother Brian Till said, "Love is love for sure. Appreciate the hospitality. You already know, great brother. That's what we do up in here." Vasita says, "Most definitely a beautiful thing. The pathways to awakening event, magnificent. Being around great beings of light." Hey man, people speaking for themselves, man. You don't gotta take my word for it. Like I said, it's a never thing, man. And those who've been there, you know, if you know, right? And hopefully, man, we can get everybody, man, that's, you know, that comes to the pod class, that comes here, man. Hopefully they can, you know what I mean, show up to the pathways, man. That's what it's all about. I'm definitely, me and my old is excited for that, man. But last year we held at 10. Some of us held at 10. Massive Cobra, man. This was he was super chill, super cool. You never know what Saba gonna bring, man. You never know what Saba gonna do when he show up, man. But just know that when he shows up, man, he show out. It's a never thing with Saba, man, and being in his presence, being able to just hold just conversation, right? Like we talking about just conversation, just, you know, when one may say, you know, just chopping it up, man, just was you know, just showing that love, most definitely. What we got here? We says Arc Isis. What is Pathways? This is Angie Martin. Okay. Yeah. It's called Pathways to Awakening. It's something that we do annually to show love and appreciation to the great Saba Tahuti, and all of us come together. We'll have we'll play when Patah gets back. I'll see if he can play the video to that, so you can kind of get a look of what that is. But we all come together, man. Everybody that's here, that you see in the chat and in the podcast, you know, we come around and we just celebrate one another, but we definitely give celebration to our Saba Tahuti Amun Hotep Ra, and we just all come around and build with each other, grow with each other. It's all love, but we're in the flesh. You know what I mean? It's all in the physical. We here. It's no online. We'll get that information out shortly. And if you definitely want to be around beautiful people, you know that's what you're looking for. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, it's just where all beautiful beings just come together and show love, and we just all just fellowship. We here, right? Like we here, like in the physical. And like I said, it's a never thing. If you're looking for that type of environment, that's where you want to be. That's what you want to do, and we do that annually every October, pretty much towards the end of October. Usually it's on Saturdays. It's on Saturdays or Sundays? Saturdays. Yeah, it's on Saturdays. Yeah, it's on Saturdays. Yeah, Saturdays, and you get some personal time with Saba. Hey man, I can't stress that enough. I got to do that with him last year. Everyone was just sitting around me, and him was just, you know, I'm just talking to him, it's good to get that offline Saba, right? Like it's a beautiful thing, man. You just gotta be there. It'll definitely let's see. She said, okay, so our guy says, where? Oh, it'll be in Los Angeles. We know people, hey, we get people that fly all over, man, that show up and spend time. So I know everybody lives in different states. Some live in different countries. And they fly out to Los Angeles and we just we spend that time. Oh, Saba. Okay, she said, who is Saba? Saba is Tahuti. Amun-hotep Ra. If you can, just I think Basatip may have put it on here. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is our Saba Tahuti. He does the pod classes every Saturday around 2:33, and yeah, that's a Nefer thing, and you got to check out the pod classes. I was you got to check out the pod classes, and you'll see who we talking about. You'll see who I'm talking about, and you won't be you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed with that. I'm gonna tell you right now, you won't be disappointed. Just look up the Tahuti pod class. Check that out, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Yeah, Menti says Saba's our teacher that I was mentioning by name of Saba Tahuti. Yes. Oh, our guy said, she said Thoth? Nah. Thoth is a Greek name. Thoth is Greek. We talking about Tahuti. Yeah, we talking about Tahuti. There'll be plenty of that. See, that's what I'm saying. If you have questions about that, check out type it in right now. Basata just put it in the right there. You can click on the link, Ark Isis. Check it out. Spend some time in that. All I just say is, as long as you're if you're really looking for truth, don't let any bias, don't have any biasness in you, and you'll get where you get who we talking about, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So yeah. Okay, she says, I'm aware. All right, okay, cool. Yeah. But that's what we said. Saba. Saba means teacher. He's the doorway, the opener. Exactly what he doing, right? You ask questions, he gonna walk you through. He gonna walk you through the door, and he gonna show you exactly what you need to hear. It's a beautiful thing. Shouts out to everybody. Okay, Tua. Yes, they'll be here. Okay, Patah's back. He back in the building. Hotep, great brother.
Hotep, great brother. Had to refresh my system, make sure everything's smooth before I go in. All right. Just give me about 2 more minutes and I'll be ready, great brother.
Okay, peace. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, but like I said, everybody hit that like button. Make sure you show love, show support. You know what I mean? You got loved ones that's in the house with you in the prayer. Hey, tell them come sit down with you. Come hear these great teachings from my Pa'ut and the Tiru. It's a beautiful thing. Patah never let down, man. Everybody know Patah, man. He don't let you down. He got he has plenty of presentations to give, man. He's to me, that's Patah's the next big thing after Saba, man. He has an energy for sure. And like I said, to me, that's who it's good to be up here with this brother, and it's good to show that love, man. Shouts out to Atef, our great brother, man. He be making these easy, Patah. He make this easy, man. That's why he's the man. That's the that's the go-to. Hey, Atef know how to chop it up. He know how to do his thing, man. I love that brother's gift, his energy. May you be safe out there, great brother. Definitely appreciate you. And may you and I will be safe out there. Hey, Patah, man, the Ani hairstyle, man. I keep telling you, man, it's looking flawless, brother. You got it, man. You doing something over there, man. You got to put up the what you call it, man. Let people see that image of Ani, man. Let them see, man. Let them see. Let them see, man. Let them see the hairstyle, man. Is very nefer. And it's a beautiful thing, man. And Arc Isis was asking about the pathways, Patah. We got that. I didn't see the video intro on the side. You think we can play that one time before you start? You on mute, great brother.
Yes. Hotep, absolutely great brother. Yeah, Tua, we'll go ahead and play that now.
Okay, Tua.
Yeah, Hotep Ma'at, everyone. Peace and love to all of you. And Tua, just for joining us as we come here to teach and present writings of the great ancestors and teach what they said, right? And so, as the great brother Jajed was speaking about the pathways, let me, I think I have it. Yeah, here it is.
Light the pathway.
Pathways
All my life I was looking for a sign.
to awakening.
Wasn't sure where to find a peace of mind.
House of Act.
Sometimes you can see things when it ain't time.
Pathways.
Well, for you I'll be putting it all aside.
To awakening. Open up your eyes, I see they dream and sleep. Knocking on the door, I'm for sure they're not hearing me. Open up your eye, let the light inside, stop fearing it. Please don't be surprised when we rise and appearing it. Traversing the boats of consciousness. Are you steering ship? Are you dedicated? Are you focused? Are you serious? Are you motivated? Is your inspiration clearly lit? Are you advantageous of opportunities hidden in the Saba to the pathways? We are past the last days. We do more than have faith. Put in action in place. Pathways to awakening. Travel to awaken me. Pathways to awakening. Travel to awaken me. Awakening.
Don't need to control the thing.
Pathways
So alive.
to awakening.
When I look at you it seems
House of Act.
you can get so high.
Pathways to awakening. Are you awakened or are you staying asleep? Pathways.
this year's Pathways to Awakening 2025. Tua to the Great Saba Tehuti.
All right, Hotep Ma'at. That is the Pathways to Awakening. And footage from 2023 and 2024, the past 2 years. And this year will be the third. So it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be fire. We're going to have a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot of hecka. So Tua, everyone. I'm looking forward to seeing you all at the Pathways this year. All right, let me pin the support link to the top of the chat, so that way it is always there for you all, for any particular thing that you may appreciate, and if you would like to support and show reciprocity for what goes into these sessions. So Hotep Hinu, Basatut Maka Ox Effect. Great brother, Tua for posting the link, as I just pinned that up at the top. And yeah, Hotep Hinu, Peace Arc Isis, new name in the chat. Welcome. Minty Nookpoo, Robert Williams, Nefernetter Nature J, Angie Martin, another new name, Hotep. Angela Gates, Nookpoo, all the great Kuru and Meru of the House of Aten. Tua for being present. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Great brother, if you have any other announcements before we get going.
I'm good, great brother. I'm complete. Ready on you.
All right. Now let me share my screen. All right, Uncle Jaseneb. Greetings and Nini, greetings. Welcome to Seka'u Sessions, Scribal Sessions, here at number 22. And with the past 3 sessions that I gave, Language Barriers Part 1, 2, and 3, if you all have not watched that, then you definitely want to go and check out those 3 sessions, which are very deep and important for moving forward and understanding where some of the matrix and the language barriers begin to be implemented. So with today's sessions, I decided to shift a little bit and bring something forward that I've had for a little while, and so I just wanted to bring it forward and show you all some of the research and some of the things that I've discovered. And so without further ado, let us begin. Everyone, again, hit the like button. The support links are pinned to the top. And please show your support if you appreciate what's taking place. All right. So here we are. Moon, music, magic, matrix. Everyone put a 9 in the chat if you all are ready. Let me make sure everyone is ready before we go. Here's Nukpoo, Hotep, keep coming to class. Support, show yourself, and you're welcome to join. Absolutely. We'll post the link for you to come up to the panel. VRI, Hotep, great brother. Nukpoo is asking, did we do the affirmation? Yes, we did do the affirmation, great brother. All right, Gabby, Hotep, she puts a 9. Peace and love. All right, Minty, Basatut. Wonderful. Nukpoo, Peschet. All right, let us begin. So I'm gonna start this session with a way that I've never started it before. But in context, there's a complete story that I'm telling. So let us start. And we're going to start with a Bible verse. Uh-oh. We're going to start this session with a Bible verse. All right. Peace to Sorry Nobody. And I think I saw something up here. Oh, and peace to Bryant Tilson. Peace to you, good brother, as well. Oh, yes, here is Sorry Nobody sent a super chat for 7 ZAR. Not sure what that equates to, but Tua, great brother, for supporting. All right, I see all the 9s. All right, so let's begin. So we're going to start with Psalm 20, verse 1 through 9. For the director of music, a psalm of David. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support from Zion. May he remember all of your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. May we shout for joy over your victory and lift up our banners in the name of our God. May the Lord grant all your requests. Now this I know, the Lord gives victory to his anointed. He answers him from his heavenly sanctuary, which is the victorious power of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of our Lord God. They are brought to their knees and fall, but we rise up and stand firm. Lord, give victory to the King. Answer us when we call. Answer us when we call. All right, so here we have Psalm chapter 20, verse 1 through 9. And it is introduced as a psalm of David, the director of music. All right. So we have David being given the title as the director of music, right? So these are These are songs being sung. All right. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. So let me ask everyone. Let me ask a question in the chat for you all. So this book of Psalm, right? This book of Psalm, which is in the Old Testament, which so if I was to ask, what is the oldest source for the book of Psalms, right, or the Old Testament, as commonly known today, right? Which is what is often credited as the oldest source for the Old Testament writings. All right, so that's the question to the class. What is the oldest source for the book of Psalms, Old Testament, that is often credited? And I'll give a few moments to I know there's a slight delay, and see what answers come through. Where is the oldest book of Psalms existing in that is often credited today? All right. Scribal Sessions 22, flipping the script. All right, we have Nook Poo, who says Torah. Yes, absolutely. But there is something in particular, right? When anyone looks up or says, what is the oldest writings, the oldest Hebrew writings, right? It's attached to a particular place, right? Minty says, Hotep, I don't know. Wonderful, Hotep Minty. Hope your creations are going well. All right, let's. I know Nook Poo and Minty ain't the only ones in the chat, so let's get some participation, right? And if you do not know, do what Minty did. All right, let's get a little bit more participation. All right, we got one answer, Torah, and we have, I don't know, we have two answers. So I'll give a few more minutes. All right, it's attached to an area, right? Starts with the word dead. Bet you know it now. Robert Williams is saying, Everyone knows this answer. Gabriela Lopez says, unsure. Hotep Tua. Let's get it. All right, Tuatu. And here's Neferneter Nature J says, I don't know. All right, Tua for the participation. So let us continue. So the oldest biblical writings that if you ask any person who follows either a Hebrew or a Christian who follows the Abrahamic tradition, they'll tell you that, yes, they'll say the Torah, but where are the writings of the Torah? Like, where were they found? The oldest ones, right? And that will be known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. Right, there we are. Basatut Makax Effect, got it. Said Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls, yes, absolutely. So let me begin to walk you through some of that, right? And bring the archaeology for all that is being said. All right, so here we have the Leon Levy Dead Sea Scrolls Digital Library. All right. And so you see this this script here. Kind of hard to make out. It's a little bit easier to see on this black and white one. All right, so this is one of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which there are many, and you see that they are fragmented. So here are Psalms, right? Psalms, this is the Dead Sea Scroll from the Qumran cave, 4Q83 or 4QPSA. Right? So if no Hebrew or Christian has ever spoke or taught you before that, where the actual oldest historical archaeological scroll that's attributed to the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? The people who teach and live this has never showed you this, and that this is the source of for them, right? If they were to say that this is the source, right? If I'm living the Hebrew culture, this is what I would show, right? Oh, this is the source of where we get that, right? 4Q83. This fragment contains text from Psalms 69, verse 1 through 19. This fragment is a narrow section from a scroll with wide columns, containing about 15 words per line. Line 1, my soul, I sink in deep into the mire, a psalm belonging to the chief musician, upon rejoicing, a psalm of David. Save me, O Elohim, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep into the mire, where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters, where the floods overflow me. Right? So here is a translation of what you're looking at on the screen directly. And you're looking at the oldest Dead Sea Scroll that contains the writings that were transformed into what is known today in the Bible as the Book of Psalms. Right? So here is your actual archaeological oldest source that every Hebrew and Christian most likely doesn't know or hasn't seen in being in their own culture, right? So there's a deep matrix that we're going to go into, right? So we see the Psalms of David within the actual writings himself being recognized as a chief musician, right? Upon rejoicing, given these psalms. So here we have the what's known as the Hebrew language, which really isn't a language at all. Right here, Psalm 20, chapter 1, right? And this language is read from right to left. And so let's look at the blue letter study regarding this psalm here. The Lord saves his anointed. The title of this psalm is the same as several others. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Yet the psalm itself is different, notably because it is in the voice of the multitude that prays on behalf of the King of Israel as he is ready to do what? Go into battle. Go into battle. This is seen in the way the psalm speaks in the first person plural. We, and first person singular, I, is likely the response of either David himself or the high priest on his behalf. Yet, since this is a psalm of David, perhaps David took a moment of spontaneous prayer by the people on his behalf and shaped it into a song to remember and recall the spiritual strength and glory of that moment. All right, so Psalm 20:1-2, may the Lord answer and help. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. I will now begin to guide you down a pathway that has yet to be trailed. Traverse with me as we begin to explore fresh waters while bringing ancestral artifacts, dispelling the matrix hidden under the technology of music. So here is a Oxford University Press academic book by William Brown, the Oxford Handbook of the Psalms. Right. So I'm taking you all to page 254 in this book here. The inner biblical indications, the hermeneutical impact of the Davidic authorship. Right, the chief musician David. The history of Jewish Psalms interpretation begin within the book of Psalms itself. Right, so that's important to lay out and make very clear and plain that the history itself of the Jewish Psalms, the interpretation itself begins with the book of Psalms, particularly in two aspects of the book: the attribution of authorship to King David, right, the chief musician, and the selection and ordering of the Psalms into the canonical collection of 150. The claim of authorship is based initially on the superscriptions that mention David by name, 73 of them in the Hebrew Bible and about a dozen more in the Septuagint, leading ultimately to the rabbinic declaration that David wrote all of the Psalms with or without superscriptions, even when authorship seemed to be ascribed to others. Right, so we have this character here known as King David, who is the author of these 150 canonical collection placed within the book of Psalms, right? And when you do the scholarship into David here, the consensus is that he himself dates to around 1000 BCE, right? So King David here, who is the author of Psalms, who existed supposedly in 1000 BCE, is the one who is accredited authorship, right? And so this is very important because so many people utilize these Psalms here and read them, right? Mass amount of people, and always reference them, not knowing, where it comes from and what it's really teaching, right? So we have to walk through the matrix to show people how these things became into what they are today, right? And it's a process. It's a step-by-step process through the time, right? So let us continue. This language here is what is known as Hebrew, right? This Hebrew language, even though the Hebrew is a Greek word, but this is nonetheless what people call Hebrew. All right, Psalm 20, chapter 1. Is this language really where the Israelites' Psalms originally came from, according to what archaeology has been found? All right, so is this language really where the Israelites' Psalms originally came from, according to what archaeology has found? And so usually when people do studies of the book of Psalms, right, and always attaching it to Kemet and Ma'at, you usually will find the comparison given to one of the Sabaite, one of the great scribes, one of the great ancestors, known as Amenemope. Right? So that's usually where this goes whenever we look at Psalms or any type of writing or precept, Proverbs, right? Psalms, Deuteronomy. A lot of this, when people show the writings, the coming from Kemet, usually goes to Amenemope, which is a wonderful. A lot of it absolutely did, but we wrote so much, right? We did so much. We have so many sources. There's more than one, right? This was embedded into everything we did. So if you know where to look, you can find it. All right. So this Hebrew language that's attributed to Psalm 21, is this actually the language that this psalm, this exact psalm right here? See, I'm very exact whenever I show my sources, right? Not every time, but a large majority of the time when I'm showing a papyri, I'm showing you the actual place on the papyri that the translation is coming from, right? That's takes a lot to do that, which is why you don't get that a lot. But here at the sessions, everyone knows that that's what you get. All right. So here we are looking at another fragment, right, of the Dead Sea Scrolls. All right. So here's one, right? All of these are known as 4Q83, right? Here's one here, and here's another here, 4Q83. So when we look at this papyri, right? What is the date to this papyri here, right? To the actual 4Q83 Qumran scroll. Where does archaeology date that? Right, because that's what goes missing all of the time. Is where does that date to? Right, a lot of people mix dates and start comparing things it's just all over the place, right? And so that's one of the reasons why I very succinctly slow walk through the process without skipping too many steps in the interim, because there's so much that has taken place from the time of our great ancestors in establishing writings, linguistics, healing, knowledge, mathematics, science, just establishing the foundation of high conscious civilization, and it's spreading. It definitely created so many things. So so I like to look at some of the things that are closer in proximity with each other in timelines, as well as locale, to put together a clear picture of where more of the actual influence comes from more directly, right? Because all of this definitely goes back to Kemet, to the Neter, right? But showcasing that, step by step through the process is, a little bit more challenging. So that's what I'm here to bring to you all. So when we look at the 4Q83 scroll, let's look at which is the oldest that I put up here for you all. Let's look at the date of this. As detailed in the tables, the Psalms, scrolls found in the Judean desert, for which dates can be determined or copied. Let me zoom in so you all can see. Let me start from the top. Datings from the Psalms, or datings of the Psalms scrolls, as detailed in the tables, the Psalms scrolls found in the Judean desert, for which dates can be determined, were copied from the 2nd century BCE to the late 1st century CE. So all of the dating of the Psalm scrolls in the Qumran caves that people recognize as Dead Sea Scrolls, right? There's many, and they all have unique titles like this, right? But we see the two oldest, 4QPSA and 4QPSW, were copied circa 150 BCE. 150 BCE. So that is where this papyri here is dating to, right? So we actually have a reference when we say, the Book of Psalms. That's the Old Testament, that's the Torah. That comes from the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is the oldest writing. That's some people say second century BCE, right? Right. So when we just look at the Book of Psalms itself, no other book, just the Book of Psalms. The oldest one we can find is 4Q83, which is 150 BCE. All right. And it gives a breakdown here of many of the other ones, and anyone can, take a screenshot of this if you'd like, and see all these different 1QP, 2Q, 4Q, 5Q, 3Q, all these different ones, from 150 BCE, the oldest, to mid 1st century CE, right? The 4 latest Psalm scrolls. So when we look at the Psalm chapter 20, verse 1 here, and I have this arrow pointing up to this word here. All right, what is this word here that this arrow is pointing to? All right, when we read Psalm chapter 20, verse 1, right? For the director of music, a psalm of David. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. All right. So is anyone familiar with this word that the arrow is pointing to? Let me give just a few moments. Just to see if anyone is familiar with this word here. This is one of the reasons why I liked using OBS better, because the latency was way less. right. Let's see. Amun and Amunet is here. Hotep Hinu to both of you. Peace and love. Let's see. Sorry, nobody says shoulder. Began with the meaning of the word psalm, the root of it, and how it came to be. I have a session on psalm and palm already, but this session isn't necessarily for psalm itself. That's a great suggestion, great brother. If you ever put something together, I look forward to checking that out. Let's see. Basatut Makax Effect says not familiar with it. Elohim or Yah. Yah was Ra initially. Not familiar at all. Okay, great. To everyone for your participation. So here is that word up close for you. And we have the Yod right here. The Yod or the Yod. The Hey. The Vav. These W's are really V's. Va, Vav, and Hey. So Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. All right, what is this word here? All right, YHWH. Here in the blue letter, Strong's definition, Yahovah, the existing one, the proper name of the one true God, unpronounced except with the vowel pointings of H136. All right, so you see here the Yod, the Hey, the Vav, and the Hey. Yahovah. Yahovah, the self-existent or eternal. Jehovah, Jewish national name of God. There we go. So great job, Nukpu, who had a correct guess. That's absolutely right. So as you see, if you look through the system here, if I can slide this over, there we go. You see these dot systems that were added much later to this script, around 500 to 1000 CE. You start to see this Nuqta dot system be implemented. All right. So when we're looking at that papyri of the Qumran scroll 4Q83 of the oldest Dead Sea Scroll of Psalms, right, dated to 150 BCE. So let me now take you 150 years earlier. 150 years earlier than 4Q83 of Psalms here. Boom, there we are. All right, so for those of you who have been in the language barrier sessions, right? What script is this? And language barriers 1, 2, and 3, I've given a very concise and precise teaching on the language, the script, and the names. And I showed many examples, and we were able to look at different examples of the script, both on the papyri, transcriptions to make it more easily readable for you all. So you all have seen this. So let me ask, what script is this on this papyri here? You know that there are 3 names today that people call the hieroglyph script or language, right? There's 3 that they called it. I taught that there's actually only 2 in the actual Medu Neter, right? So what is this? What is this script here? And you can use the Medu or you can use the English, either one. And let me come back here. All right, here we are. Nini Look says Nutpu. I don't know what's going on with my chat over here, but it's spazzing out on me. All right. Minty Hotep says hieratic. Okay, hieratic. Masa Tut says demotic. Demotic. 500 years before additions of the dots in the script. Yeah, sorry, nobody says graphic. All right, Tua, everyone. Arc Isis says Aramaic. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Robert Williams says Common Greek. All right, to everyone for participating. That's what it's all about. Getting the energy flowing and reciprocity going. All right. Nukpu says hieratic. Nukpu said hieratic. And okay, that was your first answer. I thought you answered before. All right, so we have Aramaic, Common Greek, hieratic, demotic, graphic, Medu Neter. So we have a lot. We have a lot of options. Right? So this is the Amherst Egyptian Papyri 63. Egypt, Ptolemaic Dynasty, 303 to 47 BCE. So 4th century BCE, right? 150 years earlier than the Qumran scroll. And we have a language here of what it is. And I don't think anyone in the chat said that this is Hebrew here. So that's great, because this language here is it's a tricky one, right? Because we have a script and we have the language, right? Those are 2 different things. The script that you use to write in the language, right? Just like the Coptic language, the script itself is Greek letters, but it's the more so of the Medu Neter language, and but it has Greek script, right? And so when you're looking at this papyri here, it has the what's known today as the Demotic script, right? Because remember, and if you go back to those sessions, the dating again is very important. If you know the dating, then you can pretty much have a great source to determine the script, right? And the Demotic script is, well, let me ask, when was the Demotic script began to, as far as the Demotic of the Medu Neter, because I taught that and broke the matrix that Demotic just means common. Greek is Demotic. Medu, the Egyptian language, isn't Demotic. That's a Greek word for common, right? The actual Medu is the Seshni Shait, right? The Seshni Shait, the writings of the documents, right? And the Demotic itself, when did it start to be implemented as a mass in the Nile Valley? What's that date? What date did the Demotic start? Right, it's very important, because if you know that, when you look at this papyri and it's 300 BCE, right, you can know that it most likely will, especially in this type of script, you'll find it. So let's go back to the chat here and see if anyone has answered. And Minty Hotep has a question here. Minty Hotep says, question, would Common Greek would be Coptic? No, the Common Greek, again, the word common is demos or dematica, and the Greek. So Coptic is the language itself. It just uses the Greek letters, right? But it's Coptic words. It's Medu words, right? So if you look at, if you was to look at the word Heru in Coptic, or Ra, let's say you look at the word Ra or Heru in Coptic, those words exist, but you'll see it written in Greek script, right? So Ra isn't a Greek word, it's a Medu word, but it's just written with Greek letters. So this here is, there we go, that's what I was waiting for. Nukpu, got it, put 600 BC. Absolutely, there you go. 600 BCE is the dating of the Demotic, the Seshni Shait script and language. So what does this papyri say, right? So I do things backwards than what everyone else does. They'll show you the translations and may not even ever show you the papyri. So I start with the papyri first, and then we get into the translations. Right? Ark Isis, that's 6th century BCE. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So here's the script, Demotic, Egyptian language. Here, which is what it's saying here, but the Amherst actual Egyptian papyri, right? This Egyptian script or language that you see here on this papyri is actually in what Ark Isis said. Aramaic, right? So you're looking at a papyri with the Seshni Shait, or the Demotic Medu Neter script, lettering, and the Aramaic language. That is so very important to know as we continue. Papyrus Amherst 63 is an ancient Egyptian scroll written in Demotic script but containing Aramaic text, dated to the 4th century BCE. It preserves a unique collection of songs, hymns, prayers, and poems from communities of Israelites, Babylonians, and Syrians living in Egypt. Among its most important pieces are Israelite hymns that echo biblical psalms, including a version of Psalm 20. So now we're going to actually, I'm going to take you into the translation of this papyri. and show you some writings that aren't commonly referenced. So this is in the book Becoming Diaspora Jews, Behind the Story of Elephantine by Carol van der Toorn. Page 167. May Yahoo or Yahweh answer us in our troubles. May Yahoo answer us in our troubles. Sound familiar? All right, does that sound familiar to you all? May Yahoo answer us in our troubles. So now we have a name. Again, remember, this is 4th century BCE, 150 years before a Dead Sea Scroll. Takes us right back to Psalm 20, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The Lord, may Yahoo answer us. The Lord hear thee in the day of troubles. As you see here, the Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. May Yahoo answer us in our troubles. All right. So you see a direct similarity and almost quote of the King James Version of Psalm 21, right, that we see here. So now whenever we have a Hebrew reference, a Dead Sea Scroll when it comes to Psalm, we're gonna have to talk about Papyrus Amherst 63. That's 150 years earlier than the Psalm of Dead Sea Scroll that is saying the same thing of the Yahovah or Yahoo, Yahoo or Yahovah hearing or answering in trouble. How can something that exists in a Hebrew context exist in an Aramaic writing in Demotic script, in an Egyptian papyri, in Elephantine in 300 BCE? Right? That's a question. The gods of the Elephantine Jews. The Elephantine Jews worshipped Yahoo as their ancestral god. Their temple was the house of Yahoo. They took their oaths by Yahoo, and they gave extra force to their assertions with the phrase, by the life of Yahoo. The 3 Israelite Psalms of the Amherst Papyrus are addressed to Yahoo and echo the religious orientation encountered in the Ostraka and Papyri. In the religion of the Elephantine Jews, Yahoo had a unique place, but he was not the only god they venerated. A document from 400 BCE shows that the temple at Elephantine accommodated 2 other gods besides Yahoo. This is a list of names of all those who contributed money, each person 2 shekels, for the Yahoo, the god. According to a summary at the end, the money, right, was allocated to Yahoo, Eshem Bethel, or Bethel, and Anat Bethel, or Anit. But I'm not going to get into these 2 in this session. I'm gonna focus on Yahoo. So again, what I'm bringing forward in this session is maybe 35% of everything I have on this, but it's more than enough. So here we go. So we have the Sumerians, not to get confused with the Sumerians. Sumerian, Samarian, right, around the time of David, right, 1000 BCE, Judea, people call Israel, the Israelites. You see that there is money being allocated to Yahoo and Eshem Bethel and Anat Bethel, right? The Bates, the house. So the actual, and again, this is very important because so much is in fantasy land with no archaeology to factually validate a people actually existing in that place, right? When it comes to these biblical writings, and the most evidence that you will find, when it comes to the biblical writings are going to be in it's all going to come from Kemet. There's no way around that, right? So if someone attempts to, say there's no influence, literally the only archaeology that Hebrews used to prove their existence in a particular time period, comes from other cultures, right? And it's very important to recognize this, because these Sumerians or these Israelites that are in Elephantine were actual, right? Because we can and look at the evidence and the studies that we have of that time period and that area there, right? And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you all where that area is and the significance of that, right? So the actual oldest writings, when we come to these the book of Psalms directly, where there's no debate on whether or not these were Israelites here writing in the Aramaic language, but of course in the Seshni Shait, because of where they are, right, in the middle of Kemet, and so this is so very important to keep in mind, because there's always a blend, the factual and the fantasy, right? There's always a blend within the two, which causes all the confusion. But when you look at what actually factually exists and what's fantasy, there's no question that without Kemet, on an archaeological, don't worry about the belief, just on an archaeological level of having actual evidence dating to a time that has the most amount of evidence, you're going to find the Medu Neter language. You're going to find the Medu Neter script. And you're going to find the name Yahoo. So these were real Israelites in a real area who built a real temple, right? So these are the real ones. And it's just like when it comes to the biblical writings where they have the canon and the non-canon, the Apocrypha, right? I look at all of it. All of it is relevant to me. We're not just discarding because there was a group of people who said that's not the word of God. No, we're not doing that. All of those writings were very relevant, and I gave a very succinct session on a lot of those writings, the hidden book of Thomas, the book of Mary. And these were Christians writing these. These were real Christians writing these. It wasn't until later where a different form of Christian was working on building a matrix to create the Bible, right? And so certain stories have to be in alignment. So you can't go too far left with the magic, right? You got to keep it somewhat digestible for the most basic layman person. And so that's what they did. So when you have that understanding, when you look at these writings, you're not biased to whether or not somebody decided to call this canonical or apocryphal, right? Gnostic, all these words that were put onto these writings, I look at all of them equally. If I look at the book of Psalm, I'm gonna look at the book of Thomas. I'm gonna look at the book of Mary, right? I'm gonna look at all of the apocryphal writings, which I showed the oldest book of the canonical biblical writings that people use today are dated to around the same time as the apocryphal writings. They're all written in the same time, but we have more evidence of Coptic script writings, Greek script writings, and the Demotic script of the Aramaic writings than Hebrew. Okay, so it's important to always keep that at the forefront. So we have these Israelites giving reciprocity to Yahweh and to Eshem and to Anat. And here we are. Highlighted section for us in the footnotes. The four deities each had a separate bait, right? The alpha bait, the bait, which means house, which that Hebrew character literally comes from the Medu script, house, the Cheh, which creates the house, right? That they called bait. That's another way in which language was attributed, was you can take the meaning of something and you can apply it to a different script, right? Like you see different scripts into different languages. So even though bait is the tone used for house, the script is the Medu, which we know is het, right? Het, and they say bet. That's what the tone that they use, which is house. So there's always mixing and matching, right? I can take the script and make up a tone. I can take the tone and make up the script. Either way. So when we look at the bait, the word bait has a semantic spectrum that runs from chapel to temple. Compare the expression the house of Yahweh. Bait, Yahweh. The house of the house. All right, where's that concept come from? As I've taught many sessions, the same word for throne or seat is the same word for house or place. Right? It's a continued expansion and expressive echo. It's a refraction, right? The same word for the belly, the same word for the womb, which is ket or kat, right? The inside, as it expresses itself outside, you're still in the kat, right? And the great Cometians, the Shimsu Ma'at, Shimsu Natiru, the Ta, Mary, great ancestors are the ones who brought the concept of that refractionary expression that takes place, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. And so the temple and man, right? The house, which is the temple. So you're the house, but then you're in a house, right? So And you're in a place, right? You're in a place, but the house is in another place, right? And it's that beautiful expression of echo that we always understood and put it in the language. And then you see it here, the house of Yahoo. All right. Papyrus Amherst 63, an Aramaic liturgy written in Egyptian Demotic script or the Seshni Shait, and paleographically dated to the late 4th century BCE, is about 150 years older than the Great Psalms Scrolls 4Q83, 150 BCE from Qumran. In column 12, it preserves the hymn, May Yahoo Answer Us in Our Troubles, a polytheistic reworking of Psalm 20 that appears under the rubric The Sumerians and explicitly invokes Yahoo as the deity of that Israelite Samaritan diaspora community. Because the scribes chose Demotic rather than the customary Hebrew characters, right? The papyrus shows that worshippers had already absorbed Egyptian scribal culture and that the short divine name Yahoo was circulating in Egypt centuries before the Hebrew tetragram Yahweh was copied at Qumran, giving us the earliest securely dated reference to Yahoo in Israelite Samaritan hands. Right here. Very important, right? Where is this being spoke about? So let's continue to read this Papyrus Amherst 63. The host of heaven proclaims your rule. Who among the gods, among humankind, Yahoo? Who among the gods, among king and non-king, who is like you, Yahoo, among the gods? From the very beginning, Adonai, avenge your worshippers, the long-standing people. Take note of our pursuer and restore my strength. Beneath you, Yahoo, beneath you, Adonai, the host of heaven is as plentiful as sand. Yahoo, the host of heaven, proclaims to us your rule. All right, so here we have the Israelites again praising, making song, making music, giving tones of utterance and vibration, right, and chanting to Yahoo, who among the gods, among king and non-king, who is like you, Yahoo, among the gods. From the very beginning, Adonai, right? Adonai. So now we have beneath you, Yahoo, beneath you, Adon. Beneath you, Yahoo, beneath you, Adon, that we see here, right? P. Amherst 63, 13, 11 through 17, 300 BCE. Beneath you, Yahoo, beneath you, Adonai, the host of heaven is as plentiful. So when we see beneath you, Yahoo, beneath you, Adonai, the Old Testament word for God, used as substitute for the ineffable name, late 4th century from medieval Latin and Hebrew, literally, my Lord, from Adon, see Adonis. But the great Saba Tahuti has done a podcast on Adonai. So I don't have to put that into this particular session here. So that's wonderful. So I can reference the great Saba here, the Tahuti podcast, which is the Hebrew Christian god Adonai, taken from Aten, Hebrew language, origin, psyops, matrix. Right. So when I had put together, the research that went into this particular topic, and within this research, by coming across this, right, I learned and put together that Adeni, is literally the same as the Aten, right? The T and the D is literally the same, and I can show it spelled in that way. And matter of fact, let me do that right now, and just go ahead and pull that up so you can see that this can also be spelled with a D. All right, so this is a dictionary I always reference for you all because of its ease, and it has an app, right? So if you want to study the Medu and you want to look up words quickly, and I've never seen anyone reference this dictionary, but this is a fantastic dictionary that I brought forward to you all. So here is hieroglyphic spellings, and here's the spellings, right? We have Aten, we have Achin, and we have Aten. This hand here is a duh. Can everyone see that? So here it is, Aten, disc, globe. You see the disc here, and you see these different spellings: the T, the ch, and the duh. It's interchangeable. Okay, very easy and quick. So here is Adonai and Aten. So when I learned that, I was very happy to see Saba Tahuti then begin to give a pod class teaching on it. So I was able to take it much further. All right. So Tua, and everyone should definitely go watch this in reference to the Hebrew language, and Adin or Adonai coming directly from Aten, right? So let us continue. And there was the name of the pod class on the side over there. Hebrew Christian God Adonai, taken from Aten. All right, so let us continue. So the PM 63 is known as the Elephantine papyri, right? So I put up a map here, which has the Medu on it, so you can see the Medu for these places here, right? That they have all been given Greek terms. All right, so Upper Egypt, Ta Shemu. Right, so as it continues, Thinis, Tini, Abydos, Abdu, Nakada, Nebut, Valley of the Kings, Set Aat, Der El Medina, Set Ma'at, Valley of the Queens, Set Neferu or Neferet. All right, so it's wonderful here. So if we go all the way to the bottom, right, you see these here that people today call gnomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And it goes all the way up to 42. And there was different time periods, but it's commonly recognized today that there are 42. So if we go all the way to the bottom, Upper Egypt, which is the south, right? It's all the way at the bottom because, again, it's reversed. So if we go down here to Kom-Ombo, Nebet, to the first here, first cataract, Philae, Uabet, we see Aswan or Elephantine, Abu. So the Elephantine papyrus, the Elephantine, which is the Medu word Abu, is all the way at the, look at this, way down here at the bottom of the Nile, just under the right there at the very first cataract of the Nile. So we're deep in the south, right? I have this highlighted here. Let me introduce you to the great ancestor, the Imaq, beloved of his city, revered of his nome, the nomarch, chief of priests, great in his functions, noble in his dignity, Mesheti. Right? So we're going to go from here, this Elephantine, Abu, up here to the 13th, to Asut. That is Sauti. Sauti. Right, since we're in this, what people today call Nubia, right? This Nubian area here. Oh, I'm trying to be able to see that. There we go. The nomarch, chief of priests, great in his functions, noble in his dignity, Meseti. So let me introduce you all to another great ancestor that is a very important and vital role in many of the translations that we have today of the ancestors and of the Neter. So this ancestor here is because one of his, where his writings, some of his writings exist, it's only his him where the source of the name of some of the writings come from, right? So Meseti, let me introduce you all. And here we are. This is Meseti. 11th dynasty, circa 2000 BCE. Right? 2000 BCE of this great elder here, chief of priests. A very important ancestor for us and his writings, right? And where they exist and why we have particular things, and especially for what I'm about to show you all. So dua to the great Meseti. Iri Pa'at Hati Achentu Mu Biti Semer Uati Imi Rachimu Necher in Uap Uawet Neb Saut Imi Rachimu Necher in Inpu Neb Kararet Imi Rachimu Necher Hati in Meset Himu Necher Hati Achetemu Biti Semra Wati Heru Heb Mesetit. So here is his titles in the Medu and his name, Meshet. And again, 2000 BCE, and his Perhe, or what's known as tomb, was discovered, I think, in the 60s, 1960s. So I'm not 100% certain on that, but I know it's around that time, 50s or 60s. And let's look at some of what was found there in this great brother's tomb, who is there in the the southern areas of the Nile. Here we have some beautiful model figurines of some Magi warriors. Right, you see their shields with the Ka'u hide, and they got spears in their hands, and they're all standing left foot forward. Right, this beautiful model here, which was found in Meshet, his Perhe, his tomb, his resting place. This is a painted wooden model of a troop 40 of Nehesi Magi archers. They are shown wearing a bright red and green loincloth, possibly leather, not linen. They are carrying 3 arrows in their right hand and a recurved bow in their left. Note the individuality of the figures. So this is one of the, I love this. I absolutely marry this, because this is something that I implement, right? When I see this, I see duality, right? Because of the consistency that everyone is in, everyone standing left foot forward with 3 arrows in their hand, in their right hand, and a bow in their left hand. They all have head wraps and they all have loin cloths on. But when we look at them, they're all individualized to them, right? So they're all the same, yet they're all different. This is the beautiful balance of Ma'at that always existed. The consistency within the expression of creativity of the Ka to reflect that which is taking place within you, right? And that's why you will not find one per Imheru that is exactly the same as the next one. But you will find a per Imheru over here, and you'll find a per Imheru over there. It's consistent. We were bringing forward per Imherus, but each per Imheru was unique to the owner, right? So the consistency of doing the same is beautifully expressed in creative expression. And that is such a powerful thing. And we always understood that, because that is literally what makes up the fabric of this reality, right? The weaving in and out, right? That whole thing that we brought forward that later got turned into the Hermetic principles in the Kabbalion and the Emerald Tablets and all of these different Hermetic writings of Hermes, was implemented in every single way, right? And it's just a beautiful thing. And it's a great way to keep fresh energy, right? While being consistent within the energy that's consistent and the same, right? We always talk about renewal, rejuvenation, rebirth, resurrection. And that's becoming fresh, right? Becoming anew, right? Shedding and rebirthing of something new. And, so I just love that. I love that. While we can all be consistent in following Ma'at, we can all stand together as one, as individualized beings, creative within your own expression in the way that you want to come forward, by maintaining a foundational balance that's consistent. Once that foundation is set, everything else is play. You can be creative when your foundation is set. And that's what our great ancestors did, and these wonderful magi, Nehesi warriors that the great Meseti here was a part of. And so, as we continue to read some of the Amherst 63 papyri, let's see what else it says here. Some by the bow, some by the spear. Behold, as for us, my Lord, our God is Yahweh. May our bull be with us. And see, this is, where's the, I would love to see an Israelite today say this and speak like this in reference to Yah, right, as being the bull. May our bull be with us. Some by the bow, some by the spear. Oh, you see these the elephantine Jews, right? Some by the bow, some by the spear. What they were around, and what they saw laid the foundation for them to begin to create their teachings when it comes to Yah, right? And again, this is actual evidence that exists for us to look at. That's very powerful. So within the per head of Meseti, right, you see these Nefer warriors here, some by the bow and some by the spear, right? Behold for us, my Lord, my Adonai, my Adon, right? My disc, our God is Yahoo or Yahoo or Yah. May our bull be with us. Which the word bull or is ka, but you'll also find it as ox. The word for ox or bull is also Yah. The word for bull itself is Yah. And do I have that somewhere in here? Let's see what else I got coming. Okay, we're about to get into some great stuff for you all. So, all right. But yeah, we have to slow walk this through and take you point by point, and take you to the Dead Sea Scroll, Qumran 4Q83, and show how 150 years earlier we have the P. Amherst 63 papyri that's writing about the same exact thing that got put into the Psalm writings, right? And we see in here that there's references to bows and spears and my Lord, my Adon, my God is Yahoo, and Anat, and these different beings and gods that the Israelites of the south of the Nile were happily worshiping and given shekels to, and were given space to create temple, and we allowed them to do their thing, right? And that's the beautiful thing about it, is when there's respect and there's understanding of where things come from, there's no debate, like, and it actually strengthens and empowers on a very deep level. So what else was found within his per head? What is that, everyone? Now we have a caress. We have the caress of Meseti. He's got something. And in one of my sessions, I gave a teaching on why the Uwachits are right here, because when you actually look inside of the Perhe, the body itself is not on its back. The body is on its side. And so its face is actually facing out here inside of the box. And then someone will say, they did that because they thought that if they did that, the Uwachit is very powerful. We got some jury up here, right? So we got an Aten there, mirror, right? So this right here is the Karas, right? That's known as the coffin, which, as you see here, there's writing on the coffin, right? On the Karas, it's the Medu Necher, right? Here's the Su-10, Hetep D, Asar, Neb, the Jedu, right? The royal offering of the Nesu to Asar, the Neb of the Jedu. And it continues, and this is what got put into what's known as the coffin text, right? So let me take you to coffin text 247, which comes directly from what you're looking at here, right? And I really do put a lot of extra time to bring forward and show the actual artifact of the translation that we're reading, right? When people pull up coffin text, are they referencing the actual Karas that text is coming from, right? Not necessarily something that has to be done because it exists. You can go find it, but there's extra steps that I take to bring forth higher levels of scholarship and factual imagery to go alongside the writing that we're looking at, to create a relationship through the neurology of the words that we're reading, the tones that we're saying, and the actual artifact and the ancestors themselves, right? Looking at directly where these writings come from. This was an individual person. This was an individual person, a chief of priests, who placed upon his Karas writings that became known as coffin text 247. And here it is. Hert im sechet ha a netter. Right here. So the Egyptian coffin text, list of sources used for volume 3, S1C and SQ3C. So these are the two Karases that were used for the chapter 247 that I'm about to read to you all. Mostly 247 comes from S1C, which here is the inner coffin of Meshet, the great ancestor that I just showed you, and the Karas, exactly, that I just showed you. And there's another that comes from the coffin of Nefer Duanet, Cairo J39014. So let's read what the great Mess put forward within his Karas. Going forth, spell 247, going forth from the fire behind the great Neter. I have entered into the protection of the Netiru. Right, so I have entered into the protection of the Netiru. I have come forth from this on the eve of Tahuti. I am the mighty one, Lord of speech, who judges the crowd in the mansion of the sistrum player. I know those names of yours, which belong to the eye of Heru, one mighty against those who work ill against them, even those who are in the chest of Re, who bring to him the child of his utterance, who loves him. All right, so here we are, 247, and I'm coming forth as after entering into the protection of the Neter, from going forth from the fire behind the great Neter, within the heart of Tahuti, being the mighty one, Lord of speech, who judges the crowd in where? The mansion of the sistrum player. Mansion of the sistrum player. So what is that, right? Like if we look at that, what is that? So what I do, as you all know, is I have to go get it. I have to go find it. It doesn't matter if the book is in French. I gotta go find it because I gotta look at the Medu, and so I gotta just siphon through a French book. Because of my study of the Medu, I'm able to make out and find what I'm looking for by looking at the Medu in books that are not English. So here we are. Pert im sechet ha neter ak nem ku neter per ni im akupu hor ib jahuti inuk user neb ra upup demed im hut net yach iu I reku I ren u ten ipu nu eret hor esur u ra u sin imiu afet net ra enu u in f nenu tep ra f mer f sil. So what does this say? Inuk user neb ra upup demed or demdi im hut net yah. Hut net yah. Yahoo. So here's the Medu Neter for the coffin text. It's the Seshu Karas of 247. And as we see here, we see Hor Ib Jahuti Nebu Usir Neb Ra Up Demdi Im Cha Im Het in Yahoo. So here is Het in Yahoo. And Messenet per He within his Sesh Karas in 2000 BCE of a house of Yahoo. Mansion of the sistrum player is Het in Yahoo. So S1C, so you see mansion of the system player, and then you see 3 here, which means go to the 3rd footnote. So S1C, which is the Karas of Messenet, with Yahoo determined with the side lock, and S2C has Yah determined with the cord. So the inner coffin and the outer coffin. So within the Karas, Yahoo has the determinative of a side lock. On the outside, Yahoo has the determinative of a cord. right? So what does that mean? Why? What's the difference, right? Because you both are used. And so when we look at Yahoo, right? Yahoo we begin to put together and see what the great ancestors were expressing, right? So when we look here, I put an image of the great ancestor Ramesses II, User Ma'at Ra, Setepin Ra, right here, as a child, right? As a child, and he's actually holding a Su plant in his hand with his right index finger to his mouth. And he's in the form of Heru, the child, right? Hor Kered, that the Greeks called Harpocrates, which comes from the Medu, Hor Pa Kered, Heru the child. And this is Ra-Mesu II depicting himself as Heru the child here. And you see the disc on his head, and it's kind of hard to see on the side over here, but there's a side lock coming down the side over here, right? Because that's the lock of youth. It's the lock that represents the children in most cases, but also represented other things as well. As I'll leave that for another session, but so we have Ra-Mesu II there, and we have Tutankhamun here as Khonsu, with the side lock on his head. Very Nefer. And we have the moon here, which is the word Yah, right? Yah. And here's another beautiful Nefer image of Khonsu, right? Of the disc, the moon disc, and the sun disc of the side lock here. Left foot forward of Khonsu, right? Heru the child. You would not know the distinction between the two if you didn't read the Medu on the actual statue, right? So we see Tahuti here with the disc, the moon disc, and the sun disc on top of his crown, just like you see on Khonsu, just like you see on Heru the child, right? And so what's the significance of this? S1C of Yahoo determined with the side lock. S2C has Yah determined with the cord. So this Karas that you're looking at has that word Yah, which is moon, or Yahoo or Yahoo, which is the word for moon, being used to show the child side lock and being used to show the loop, which is what I showed here, right? The swirl, which is the oo sound, which is also shown as the Quelchik, right? So the Quelchik and this are interchangeable as far as the lettering, but it's the same. Hut in Yahoo. So here's the chord, and the one on the inside has the side lock representing of the youth, right? Heru the child. So I have Heru, I have Kansu, and I have Tahuti, right? All together on one image, and image of the disk of the moon. Ptah, are you putting together by mixing? Are you putting things together by mixing Heru Pakord, Kansu, and Tahuti together, right? How is Heru the child associated with Kansu, associated with Tahuti? I thought they were different, ain't they the same? Like, what's right? And this is where the study, right, comes into the actual language, and by beginning to place yourself within the frequency of the ancestors, to begin to learn to be able to understand the writings. I use a lot of my manifestations for deeper understanding of what the ancestors wrote. So a lot of the practice that I do, with different techniques to manifest and bring things forward. One of them is for clarity of the Medu, by allowing the consciousness and the frequency and the tones of the Neter, Tahuti, Ptah, Heru, to work through me to bring to me, what the great ancestors wrote. So am I putting these things together just on my own? So let me take you to Encyclopedia of Ancient Deities, which has the statue of Shiva here on the cover. All right, and here we have or Ia or Ia. Right? It can be pronounced either way. Ya, Ia. It's all the same. Also known as Ya Jehuti, Ya Tahuti, Ya Tehuti, Ea, Eos, Ia, Kans, Kansu, Kinsu, Thoth. One of the names for the god of the moon. Ya is often represented as a regal young man wearing the lunar crescent and a solar disk. Ya is also a general reference to the moon and prefix or suffix to the primary name of a deity. The combination of the gods Ya and Tahuti is the god Ya Tahuti. See also Ya Jehuti, Agu, Alignac, Aninan, Anuit, Ariarad, Artemis, Kansu, Tahuti. So, if you haven't known before, right, you can see it directly just within the names themselves as Ya. Ya Tahuti. Right? So here we have another Tut. Left foot forward, of course. What's that on his crown? What kind of crown is that? Has anyone ever seen a crown like that? I know before I saw this, I hadn't seen a crown that looks like that, right? You see You see the disc here, and you see the sun disk here, right? And you see some plumes here, and you see something coming down the middle. Who is this, and what is that? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Look at that crown. Tu'a to the ancestors for bringing this to me, so I can bring it to you all. As you see Tahuti with the beak in the middle of the actual disc of the moon disc and the sun disc with his own crown. So it's a here he has a crown. He has Tahuti's head on his head, which has a crown on his head. Who is this? This is the Walters Art Museum figure of Tahuti Yah. 664 to 342 BCE, late period. As early as the Old Kingdom, the ibis-headed Tahuti appeared in the pyramid text, circa 2330 BCE, as god of the moon, along with Yah and Khonsu, the god of wisdom, writing, and administration. Tahuti embodied the moon's dynamic nature. His knowledge extended to the science of numbers, medicine, and all magical secrets. So this is a fire crown. I've never seen a crown like this. Tahuti as the actual crown, never saw that. So, and this is Tahuti Yah, right? This is Yah, right? That's your Yahu, and your Yah, which is Heru Hor Ked, Heru the child, who is Yah or Yahah or Yahi, which I've taught on previously within sessions, right? As the child is Yahi. Tahuti's name is Yahu, right? And they're both representations of the sun and the moon. P. Amherst 63, right? Taking us back to this papyri here. The Lord turns red like the sun, and he shines like the moon along the length of his heavens. Yes, let them build your house in the heavens and abode with the stars. And here, for the first time, I'm bringing this forward to show Aten is a word that's also used for the moon. Atenui, the two discs, the sun and the moon. You see Aten here. So this is Aten. As you see this crown here, as you see on the disc, the full crown. This is Aten as well, the full disc of the moon. So for the first time, you're being taught that Aten is a word that's used for Yah as well, the moon, right? Very powerful. Atenui, the two discs. Yahu, a form of Tahuti, a rope, a cord. Yah, the moon netter. Yahi, Yahui, Yahia, a form of Harpocrates, or Hor-Pa-Karad. Heru as the child. The bull, right? The bull, the Ka. Ox, which is the Yah, who Tahuti is known as, right? So within these writings known as Psalms 21, and being able to recognize that the chief musician, David, who brought forward these psalms, these songs and music to further utilize a trance state of tone to begin to do what the Matrix is created to do within these biblical teachings, and to create this one Lord God, and this is the one true God, and like it's the actual fact of the makeup of this reality, right? Like the Bible is the factual description of what's happening. As Yahu, Yah hears in the day of trouble, as Adonai or Aten, as the sun disk, as the moon disk, right? From Yah and Yahu as moon, and Yahu or Yahu as Heru the child, Heru Pa Korad. Because as we bring this to a close, of understanding that this was directly taken from the Papyrus Amherst 3, which was in the southern parts of the Nile in 4th century BCE, speaking about a temple of a house of Yahu, right? The Beit of Yahu that exist (2000 BCE) within the Sesh Karas of Mesenet as the Het Ent Yah, the temple of Yahu, that got put into the Israelite Samaritan writings of Yahu, because this is exactly where they got it from, temple of Yahu. And Adonai and Aten, right, the Lord Aten. And they didn't hide it, right? They were very proud of what they were accomplishing, right? As Yah, form of Tahuti, which is also the rope and the cord, which is directly connected to Tahuti as the one who binds, right? That later created the word religion, which again is directly connected to the writings and the books and the binding and the heka and the enchantment that takes place within the binding of the books that binds you, that creates the word religion, to read legion, which goes to the author of the books of the writings, when you would have the papyri scroll and you would tie the rope around the papyri, right, to knot it and keep it secure, to keep it safe, is the word Yah, the same word for Tahuti. And to close out, what else does this word Yah or Yaho or Yahi mean? Of course, music. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the Lord, hear thee in the day of trouble. Right? Yahu or Yahi is the musician, is the literal word for music, to praise in music, to make music in the house of Yahu. So within the house of Yahu is literally is making of the music to give praise and dua to the great Yah or Yahu. Welcome to Moon Music Magic, presented by Ptah Ani Aten Tahuti, House of Aten, Sekau Sessions, Scribal Sessions number 22. Hotep Henu, Tua for your attention. Without your attention, this does not exist. There's so much that I actually went into within the research of this session. As I said, I only brought about 35%. This gets real deep, and the connections that I just brought forward to you all here is more than enough to showcase where the Temple of Yahu actually originates from, oldest in the archaeology, referring back to the actual ancestor himself and showing you a picture of him, showing you a picture of the actual Karas in which the writing exists in, that later got turned into Psalms. So Tua, moon, music, magic, matrix. Hotep Henu. Tua, everyone. All right. Tua, peace and love. I hope you all enjoyed that. Oh, okay, you're back. Great brother. Hotep Henu. I didn't know if you were back or not. No, I can't hear you. There we go. I hear some noise now.
What about now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Hotep. Peace. Hey, dua to you, great brother. Like I said earlier, before you started, while you was getting ready, I say, like, man, after Saba, hey man, you the next man up. The depth of your studies, we talking about the hieratic and the common, and you breaking down to Houthi crowns, and I'll share this little thing, man. They used one of my older niece. It's crazy the synchronicity that you dropped today, because my niece, she named my mut Iya. She used to call her that when she was little baby, and when she could first speak, we didn't even know what that word was, right? My mut she loved it, and with the first two grandchildren who are older now, but when my niece came, she was Iya. Before then, they just call her Granny, right? They used to be like Granny, and then my niece came out with Iya, and it was over from then. And still to this day, all of her grandchildren, all of them called her Iya. And after celebrating what we celebrated yesterday, and for you to bring that forward, and it's not the first time I've heard you mention that name, but you went really in depth of it today, to where I heard it multiple times in this teaching, and it just kind of gave me like this flashback, like, man, that's wild, bro. Like, they used to call my mut Iya. And and they still do to this day, man. And I think that's an effort thing. I don't think anybody can touch you on any teachings up to Houthi, man. Anybody who come with the Thoth game and and all of that, man, it is a pure rap, great brother. Do I, man, for the images that you showed. I thought that was just super nefer, man. That's what I've had a lot of conversations with people in my hoods and other people, like, man, like, hey, they are still to this day living proof of greatness. Just pure greatness. And there's no oral tradition here. There's Medu for sure, right? Like the writings is there, but there's not just, just passed down things, so-called passed down things. And, there's no Aku, there's no Medu, there's none of these. No, man, it's right here. And I love how you bring the museum to us. That's what I love, man. You bring the museum completely to the forefront. They're like, hey, look at this. I can only imagine, man, how long it's taken you to get to this point. In studies like this, and it still blows my mind that you be like, oh man, yeah, this was 30%. This was only 20% right here. This was only a little light 5%. I just gave y'all a little something here. Treat yourself. You know what I mean? I can only imagine if you went full Netter, full Super Saiyan, they will say, right? Like just full final form. Teachers, brother, this is definitely very Nefer, and I appreciate this scribal session number 22, man. Dua to you. I thought we was gonna hear some tones once I seen music. I saw music on there. I was like, we might get a bar or two around here, y'all. I got a little excited. I just kept it. I said I just kept it quiet just to see. But yeah, dua to you, great brother. Hotep Hindu, man, I appreciate it. Hey, y'all support, man. People, hey, you got the great brother Fatah who going in depth like this. May you show your support. May you show your love. Hotep Hindu, great brother, dua to you, and I definitely appreciate you, man. May the Paud look over you, protect you, man, and continue to grow. Hotep.
Hotep, great brother. Tua very much for your Medu Nefer, and your great observation of what's happening, and as you always say, the Hekau really works, and we are deeply the thing about Ma'at is all of the teachings and like everything is about like what's hidden, but the only and see, this is the beautiful thing that exists, because it's always both, right? It's always in plain sight and it's always hidden. And it's those of us who dig into the hidden spaces where, until one does that and you get the washing of the eye to where you are able to see things that you didn't see before and recognize it on a consistent basis, you begin to see how everything that's hidden is really right in front of us all the time. And our great ancestors were the absolute greatest masters at teaching that in a way to be understandable. And even with what they were doing, it was so deep that it continued to get more simplified, right, as it went into the Greeks and into the Hermetics, which is just a more simplified set of writings that again, it's written within the set of writings. You can read as above, so below, and you can read what they said, but when you look at the Natiru, when you look at Ma'at, you look at them and it's embedded in every single thing. And the more that one begins to peka and ku, the more you're able to see. The more you remove from yourself, the more you're able to see in others. It's a very interesting phenomenon that really takes place, and it's a neurological, right? The mirror neurons that's taking place, reflecting. Once you go inside and you remove a particular thing, you now have power over that thing, and you can see it. You can see it around you, and our ancestors were. Yeah, I mean, it's just. I can go on and on the ingeniousness of being able to put something so powerful and deep coded that's still directly right there. And we understood that frequency and things that are unlocked, literally, doors can only be open when you are the frequency to open the door. So so many of these doors are locked to people simply because they don't have the frequency, which is the key. And just the more we do that, the more we dig, the more you implement, practice and ritual, and I mean, I've gotten to a point now where I'm so comfortable with knowing that when I put let me reverse back. So one thing I've been deeply working on within myself is to gain a mastery over the noise in the mind, right? Whether it's your own voice or voices of others, or if a random song starts playing, and learning how to build a relationship with the internal dialogue, right? The barrier of language, right? Which is the body, to get into the ka, right? And so one thing I've been doing is learning how to build a relationship with the subconscious part of myself, and being able to receive the answers that it provides, which it always does. And it takes practice, right? So if I ask everyone, what is your name? You're gonna say your name in your mind. There's no answer. If I tell you, do not think of a yellow bird pops into your mind, right? So even the negation of not doing something still manifested, when you put it in that type of context, right? When you understand how the neurology works and how we communicate with each other. So that instant thing that takes place when you ask a question, or when you provide a visualization, such as a overview over the waters as Ra rises up and expresses itself in pure light over the Nile Valley, right? You can begin to visualize what is being said. And so when you train yourself to listen and connect with that part that's always conscious and always working, you can then begin to answer your own questions, right? And it happens fast. It happens very fast, because that subconscious is always answering the questions, right? Why do I feel a little off today? Why do I feel that way? The answer immediately will come. It always comes. It's always there. But being able to block out the outside noise and listen to what because you're asking the question to yourself, is it's vibrating back within you, and you'll receive that answer. And usually we question that first instinct that pops up. We usually question it, but it's usually right. So building with myself and building a relationship with my own subconscious and learning how we are able to utilize our power of imagination to manifest and bring things forward allows me to, when I ask a question, the answer will come. And it takes practice. It's in different ways, right? And it starts with just self and becoming confident and being able to know that whatever it is that you want to bring forward or go get or be brought to you, you can do. You know, it's a beautiful healing journey that we are on, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's more than worth it as you're able to begin to ask those questions and you receive the answers. You're able to then examine it, right? Those things that cause what today people call triggers. You know, that thing that triggered me. You know, you said this thing and it just triggered me. It got under my skin. It literally got in your body. And that trigger that causes that emotion to flare up. A lot of people tend to avoid that, right? Whatever that thing is that puts you in that uncomfortable space, we tend to avoid and stuff down, and we'll get to that later. But a powerful way to begin to eradicate the trigger is to push it and look at it and feel it. And by nature always supports courageousness and bravery. Nature will always support that. And when you do that, magical things happen. Very magical things happen. We're Hekau beings, and when we actually look ourselves in the mirror and look at some of the things that created the belief system that we have within our own subconscious, we can do a lot of unpacking, and that's what the Medu has greatly assisted me in, by showing me that there are multiple layers and levels to every single thing that we put our intention into bringing forward in Kemet. And so there's no time for distractions in that type of way. But dua to the great ancestors, and to you, great brother, as well, for being here and for supporting the way that you do. And I'm just very thankful and grateful to be in the presence of the Neter, to be a vessel by cleaning out the spaces to make room for the Aku, and keeping that journey consistent in the ways that I know how to do. So Uncle Jasaneb, great brother, Tua very much. I seen where Minty said she was coming in, but I haven't seen her yet.
Dua to you, great brother. That was definitely Nefer wisdom right there, man. Dua, definitely appreciate those words, man. You made me laugh when you say, you try to tell the mind, don't think of something, and that's exactly what we thinking right away.
Right. So imagine that in the things that we say we don't want, right? I don't want this type of thing. I don't want that. I don't want that. You know, the neurology doesn't care, like, because it happens deeper. It happens on a subconscious level. So it's very interesting once it really starts to click how the usage of words and language are able to facilitate imagery and control through trance states and hypnosis that people don't even know that they're in constantly all the time, right? We think you have to be induced and put into something. We're always in trance states. The mind is always in flow, and there are people who definitely know that. So when that's a knowing, and if one's not conscious that I can place an image in your head by telling you not to do it, that I'm making you do something by telling you not to do it. It gets deep, but yeah, great brother. It's an interesting thing, and why I put so much emphasis on language, and why I always connect it to warriorship and because it's a real deal. It's a real deal. There goes Minty Hotep.
Peace, Hotep. Can I be heard?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect. Wow. So much gratitude for the awareness that you're bringing to everyone's conscious at this time. Your presentation was beautiful. And I think it's very beautiful that our conversation is evolving from the conversation that we had last night with Saba on Saba's platform while he was taking a break. There's so much there. Like, I know with your presentation, you just barely scratched the surface. I think you just barely introduced the thought into our consciousness. Not even scratched the surface. Every time when I try to come on and join, I always have this interference, so I'm not able to jump in right where you brothers were building. But the last thing that I did hear was the courage. So Tua to you, and Henu to you for having the courage to bring this forward to us.
Nini up, great sister.
Absolutely. I learned some things that I didn't know. I didn't know that the reason why the Iwajit was placed on the side of the Karas was because the Sahu was lying on his side. I didn't know that. I've seen that before, but there's so much there, and I think I'm ready to take a field trip to Walter's Museum.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you greatly. Are you complete?
Yeah, I'm complete. I mean, we can dialogue. I'm complete.
Okay, yeah. Tua for your great Medu, and for your consistency and all that you do, staying focused in Ma'at and creative. It's always great to it's always great to see that, and as a artist and as a creator, these sessions are for everyone, but there's a special Mary for those who create in whatever way that is. That's why I speak about it in so many different factions, because we all are creators and artists. We just don't. Most of us just don't know it yet. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to, showcase that by teaching Ma'at and teaching the Medu is just a honor, because they were the greatest at being able to be creative and artistic while still being scientific and factual. The dualism of both is my life. Everyone's like, do you do this or do you do that? Do you go this way or do you go that way? I'm both,
Right.
It depends on the situation. What's it called for? There's something called rhythm and motion. Sometimes you got to jump in at different spaces. Sometimes you got to jump out and sit back for a while and recalibrate, and then you're ready to jump back into the flow. And you got to find a rhythm of your beat, of your song, of your walk, of your life, and it changes. There's different. It changes. So yeah, dua to you for your awareness and for your great words. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
And
Nanya,
definitely if you take that trip, that'll be great. If you can get an image of that actual statue. I don't know if it's out or not, but yeah.
that would be very nefer. I just to echo what you're saying about being an artist. I always want to come on and support other artists when they're doing their craft, because people don't know that that's when you're the most vulnerable. And I just want to acknowledge that you're teaching like Saba, like with doing the due diligence, doing the work, taking the guesswork out of things, and I appreciate that very much. One point that you brought out was, you're training your subconscious to not have external thoughts invade your privacy of your own sovereign being. And this is something that we were talking about last night and then you brought up today the triggers. So I don't necessarily know if it's a good thing for me to tell myself that I'm a walking trigger warning, because I just happen to trigger everybody in every situation. That's why I'm just very I've learned to not say anything or not do anything. And what I've learned through the Sabayit is that there's times to speak and there's times to not speak. So I just wanna make that I just wanna bring that into consciousness, is that if you don't train your conscious, something will train it for you. And whatever that is, whatever you're giving into or giving that energy to, it'll do the work for you. And this group, House of Aten, we do the Ma'at, so I never worry too much about where my conscious will float, because I know how to check it and I know how to correct it. But some people, they don't know how, and those are the people that get triggered. So me personally, when something triggers me, I go into it and I find out what's there and I work it out. And that way I have that teaching so I can help the next person when I see them getting triggered, or if I'm triggering them, give them the time that they need to sort out whatever's triggering them, because it has absolutely nothing to do with me. That's something that a perception that they've already made their mind up. They've already they've already chose that feeling. And I don't like living like that. I like to have my own choice and my own free will, and being firm in my ma'at is that I trust that my intentions are always going to be pure. Yeah.
Yes, very nefer. Tua for that add-on. And yeah, you're absolutely correct. I've been saying since the podcast came that we choose, like you said, whether or not we're conscious of it. There's always programs, and that's just what this is. I mean, when you're birthed from day one, you're completely at the vulnerability of your environment. You have no control over nothing. Every single thing that you learn and take in is literally based on your environment. That builds up the foundation of your neurology and how you're going to perceive the world.
Yes.
And so with even, taking that into consideration, it makes it more clear that there is the illusion of the physical body, and age is clearly an illusion.
Clearly.
It means absolutely nothing. So yeah, you're 1000% right, and we have to choose to decide what we want to program ourselves with, which literally means what environment do we want to be around. What can we withstand to put ourselves in different positions in other ways, because no matter what, if you're not paying attention if you're just standing and you're not paying attention, you're still being programmed subconsciously, and that's what runs us. So yeah, you're 1000% correct, and with and I can definitely see and feel a Kepara within you, and your ability to articulate your thoughts too have been advancing extremely well, and I can tell the work that you're doing because I see the results. So dua and hinu to you for that.
Nani uk. Yeah, this work is not easy. I remain adaptable. So whatever the situation is, you have to be able to adapt to it, and never be too committed to something, because in that commitment, you lose sight of what the goal is, because you're committed to one feeling or one way, when it's not like that. In this Kepara, we have the choice to make changes and do differently, and it just it really baffles me the way some people will commit to a thought, and that thought is not even a fact. It's just
that's the majority of the planet. That's most people. How many Christians are
and
there?
it's just like that's when you get triggered. That's why people get triggered, because they'll commit to a thought that's not a fact. It's just something that a program that got ran in their head because of some external factor that happened to them previously. So they take that out on the next person, and that's where you get the saying that hurt people. And since we're in an environment that we're all suffering from something at some level, we're all healing from something at some level, this is where the adaptability comes into play, because you never know who you're talking to and what they've been through. You never know what their experiences are. You just see what you don't even really see what that person is displaying. You're seeing what you want to see because you have already made up your mind. That's why I call myself a walking trigger. Because I get this a lot, you know, the illusion of age. People don't know how long I've been here. I don't know how long I've been here. Sometimes I feel like I just got here. Sometimes I feel like I've been here forever. But this is just a moment in time, so who knows what that means. But yeah, my main focus is not being committed to the wrong things. And I want to shout out the sister Angela that came today. I met her at the event that I had. So hotep to her. Tua, thank you for coming through and seeing what the House of Aten is about. I was standing at my booth and I was just saying hello to people that were walking by, and I see a sister that's walking up with a bunch of beads and an ankh on her neck. And I was like, hey, I like your ankh. And the music was so loud, but we had a brief interaction, and the way the conversation transpired, I told her you should come and check out my class, and you should come to the pod class. I told her about Saba, and I didn't mention House of Aten to her. I told her about the pod class right away, and then I pulled out one of those cards that I had gotten from you, and I told her all of the information is on there, and then we swapped phone numbers. And then when I got home, you were just coming on, so I messaged her and I sent her the link, and I'm very glad that she popped up in the chat. I can't see it right now, but it looks like she stood until the end, and I'm very happy that she got to experience a Scribble session.
Well, tua to you, Minty, for allowing that to take place, for doing the great promotion that you do and bringing people. So is that Arc Isis? Is that
absolutely? Yeah, Arc Isis. Yeah, I see that now. Divine timing.
Okay.
Yes, Tua. Yes, I you know, it is divine timing. We were talking about this last night. You know, things that I thought that I wanted to have nothing to do with are the doorways and the pathways to the places that I want to be. And going right back, everything is circular. Not committing to one thing, not committing to that idea, and me being open to, okay, I need to get back and doing some kind of work to create some sort of income so I can do the things that I want to do. And that's where I found myself. I found myself with this opportunity, and I meet this sister. So it is divine timing, and it's beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. And I really like Arc Isis. I really like your image there that you have, which
is that a sistrum, or is it a Djed or a sistrum? I can't tell.
It's a Ankh Djed Usir. Everyone hears me say all the time that I carry. So I carry that exact staff that you have, Arc Isis. So great taste. All right.
Yeah, I've seen that thing. It's heavy.
All right, so I'm going to show the support that came in so we can begin the closeout. To our mentee for coming up on the panel.
Absolutely. I'm gonna just jump back in the panel. I mean,
Okay.
in the chat room. But I just wanted to show up and give you Henu for today's Scribble sessions. They're getting better and better each session.
Nini wait till just wait on it. You know, there's some missing elements that so but yeah, absolutely. Tua, very much for your great Medu, and I do my best to do my best.
Yes, I always do my best to do my best, and we get some new tracks, some new music coming out from over there. I see that you're creating some new stuff, so hopefully we get some new tones.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much I want to give, but I have to do it slower. It's just every time I try to
Yeah.
Tahuti takes his little discipline stick and says, "Foul! Nah, sit down somewhere. Just wait. Be patient." So that's what I'm doing. I want to get up. I want to hit play, but it's just like sit down for a minute. Just wait. So that's what I'm doing.
I'm not even gonna ask for that to happen. I'm just gonna say one last thing. I had met somebody, an owner of a shop where I used to work at, was opening another shop, and I'm just getting acquainted with her, and it looks like she needs so much help, because she even told me, she was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I was just like, okay, I don't want to overwhelm you, but I do it all. I do everything.
Well, that's a great way to
I'm just
overwhelm
gonna leave
somebody.
it at that.
I don't want to overwhelm you.
That way
I'm everywhere all the time.
I mean,
But yeah,
yeah,
mentee.
but Nani yeah, Brother Dejed, it's always good seeing you. From my Ebe, I hope that that today was filled with Neb Murray, because that's what it is.
Do a great sister. Appreciate you, mentee. Yeah, most definitely, man. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, just to be around this type of Mary. So I definitely appreciate y'all, and do it for bringing Arc Isis. Do it for y'all great time, right?
Yes.
And being confident and saying, hey, come check us out. Come to Saba's podcast. Come over here for the Scribble sessions. You know what I mean? It was perfect. If anybody's first time they get here, man, look, I know I do presentations, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But anytime somebody show up to the HOA on Sundays, yeah, the perfect place to show up is on Scribble session time, because that's gonna give you like, hey, that's gonna give you some depth right there. So I will always put Patah in the forefront. He's my superior, so I definitely will always give him the greatest Henu, the greatest dua, and yeah, I love anytime someone's first time being here, they hear Patah. So yeah, Hotep.
Yes, I love the way he's walking us through, just like Saba. Nice and easy, just walk through. And this was a Tef's week. So look there's another confirmation of the divine timing. So how about that? Shout out to Tef, and protection over him and his family, wherever he is. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Hotep.
Hotep, Uncle Jasanet.
Uncle Jasanet.
Uncle Jasanet. All right. Let me share the screen for the great supporters, and we can give our dua to those who supported the sessions. The link is pinned to the top of the chat for anybody who would like to support, and also in the bio. So this is from Fix Hush Nation, who sends in 666 for Uncle Jaseneb Aout. Dua to you, Hush Nation. I was looking for another one of the, just to give an example of asking the right question to be provided the answer. I was looking for the space when you were speaking about the pathways and how this was your first time receiving reciprocity for music, and just how much that impacted you. I don't know where that was, but I asked the question and was brought right to it. So I got that screen recording, great brother, of you speaking about that, because that's part of the goal, right? Is to flip our subconscious when it comes to finances and making money. That's why I support the way that I do. I came in supporting Saba the way that I did from the very beginning, and have been consistent every single week since the beginning, because I understand that the importance of supporting and giving reciprocity is the key, one of the major keys, because there's keys for everything. There's Sabatuti called me the key maker of the matrix. There's keys everywhere, and what one key works for you today may not work tomorrow. Change the lock. So dua to you, Fix, for your great support, and always showing your great merit and tones when you come on the panels, great brother. So hotep to you. All right, next we have Nukpu 4333. Hotep Sin Netter Ani Pata Uncle Jaseneb Makuru 3 Ma'at Kesbet Eve and Yellow Stars. And here is the second. Hotep Netter Ani, Hotep Tahuti, Hotep Kansu, Hotep Heru Mecha Ma'at, with the Chur T, which today is called the Evil Eye, which I showed the source of where that actually comes from in my session called False Doors. And I showed the actual Otis attestation of the word Evil Eye, which is Ma'at. So dua to you, Nukpu, for that. And Hotep Natiru, Karu, Maru, Sinu, Au, Per, Atin, Uncle Jaseneb Ma'at 333. Hotep to the great Nukpu. Tua for your consistency, great brother, your great Aku, and for being a great representation of Ma'at. Oh, and I want to give you dua, Nukpu, for your evolution as a moderator, commenter. You've absolutely have evolved, and I've watched you speak and reframe some of your previous thought processes, and you've refiltered them through a more open lens to allow for more control, right? You can, if you're walking into somebody, you can walk in, and if your force is greater than them, you'll push them out the way, right? But another great way to integrate, as you know, as you do the motion, and you know the power of when someone's walking and you want them to, you let them, and then you just, now you lead them. So pace and lead. So hinu to you, great brother, for your great growth in that area. Hotep. And next we have Gabby, who sends in 1111 for class number 22. Dua. Sunday's class with a purple Eid and a white Eid. Dua to the great Gabby for all that you do, your consistency, and for your great support. and for supporting the spine, the great Djed of our Djed, Hotep Hinu. All right, next I have Basa Tut Maka Ox Effect for Hotep 629.25. Dua Hinu Pata Ani $20. So dua to the great Basa Tut. Very nefer to see you, great brother. Tua, Uncle Jasa Neb Djed Sakim. Usir to you. All the great words of power and prosperity to you through your journey. You've been absolutely phenomenal from the very beginning since you've come into my perception, great brother, and very, very thankful to have definitely been able to build with you, and looking forward to the continued builds that we will have, great brother. So Tua for your support. All right, next we have Robert Williams, who sends $33.72 for Yahoo. Whoa, I had no idea, but now I know. Tua, like that. Dua to you, Nini Uk, Uncle Jasa Neb, to you, great brother, for your great consistency, for all that you do. And yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. So Hotep to you. And oh yeah, and Amun and Amunet. Let's definitely show Amun and Amunet for Tua Or Sin Pata for your consistency and dedication, $10. Unc Djed Usir, to you, Amun and Amunet. Tua for your consistency and dedication, Uncle Jasaneb. All right. And this is the Meru of the House of Aten for today's session, 6/29/2025.
And yes, the Hekau really works.
You are watching a master.
You see, that's how
Yeah,
it's done.
we're here, and we're the best.
You're watching me, but you don't want to admit you're watching me. This is great. I know exactly who you are.
All right, Tua to the great Meru. Hush Nation, Nukpu Amun and Amunet, Gabriella, Robert E. Williams Jr., Basa Tut Maka Ox Effect. Tua for supporting the session today, and dua for those who will support after, because sometimes some do support after the live. So the links are always pinned, always in the bio. And if you weren't able to support this time, then feel free to come back and show your reciprocity to allow the deep subconscious teachings that I place within these sessions to work in your benefit. It only will work in one case, because that's how I program it. So,
Hey, Pata, did you see Arc Isis? She said she sent you.
No, I didn't. Let's see. Okay, let me check here. Tua Djed for telling me that. All right. Okay, yes, I see it. So let me show this and definitely give dua to first time in the sessions. And she is supporting Angela Martin for teaching $10. Yes, you sent it to the right place. Thank you very much, Tua, for supporting. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, and if everyone done that, we'd be much further, faster. So Tua for supporting, and let me give you a great round of applause.
All I'm offering is the truth. You see, that's how it's done.
Some of y'all think I'm an alien, but I'm.
To Arc Isis. All right, great brother. If you want to speak to the great supporters.
Yeah, I do. To the great Arc Isis. That's true, my aunt. That's true love right there. True reciprocity. First time showing up and support. It's not too many times, we see that. And so that right there tells me that yes, you definitely do value pure energy, and two off of that, definitely appreciate some actions like those are definitely appreciated with the Eve. I hope you always return, and especially show up to the podcast, see what you like over there if you haven't checked it out already. So do out to everybody that supported. Y'all know our atmosphere, man, because the ones y'all seen is definitely outside of Arc Isis. Those are our usual hitters, our usual reciprocity hitters, and we just give much merry to y'all, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. And I'm definitely grateful. So do out to y'all, man, because hey, Patavi going in, man, and I'm definitely like I said, happy to be here side by side with this brother, and watching him grow and evolve, and being the best that he can be as time continue to go on. So Dua and Hotep Henu. And Arc Isis says, I know truth when I hear it. Hotep, peace and love. Yeah, definitely appreciate you, great sister. Hotep Henu.
Hotep Henu, Ma'akaru. Yes, houseofaten.org. Everyone, make sure that you are in the Tahuti pod class next Saturday evening. The pod class is very long, so come in anytime Saturday evening and leave a message and show support to the great Saba. For those who are not following the Tahuti pod class and those who are watching on the playback. Uncle Jaseneb to Tefrim Kema'at, Hinu to you, great brother, much sa, safe protection to you and your Aut. I'm still looking to get on Sadnetta. If anybody is on there and sees live when he's going to go on the panel and say, hey, Patah reaching out, because a lot of times when I notice his lives, the timing is off. So and I think he has a new number, but I'm trying to get in contact with that brother and get back over there. So just putting that out there again, and let the heck out work. The Pathways to Awakening 2025, October, Los Angeles, California, our physical meetup to meet the great Saba Tahuti and the House of Aten. Everyone come out and join us. We're here online because this is how it started, but from the very beginning we always spoke about building something for the physical. So that's what we're here to do, to go that extra step. Tua for everyone's attention within this session as I walk through the Dead Sea Scroll and the PM-Her-63 papyri, the Demotic script, Sesh Ni Shai of the Aramaic language. That's 150 years older than the Dead Sea Scroll that the Hebrews claim is their oldest, right? And I showed you all that exactly. So I take great depth and detail to leave guesswork out, because I'm not I'm not here to guess. Like, I want to know, and I want to see. So that's what you all receive, because that's what I look for within myself. So and being able to bring forth the ancestors and show is just such a honor. To bring them back to the forefront, because they exist, right? So much time and energy and money and finances today is being pressed into fantasy, real fantasy, and that concept of fantasy is being pushed on the real thing. So it's all backwards and flipped. So for us to be able to work through that and build a support system, be a support system for each other, you know, as we know, we look out in the matrix, we see all these right, and bringing them forward and seeing all these things that are happening and taking place, and all the lies that exist in the writings that people today, whether or not you follow it, in some way you have to, because it's the foundation in which today's time was built on. You know, so I'm very thankful to be able to show Mesenet and Meshet, and show the Sesh Karas of the House of Yahu in the Coffin Text 247 as the source for the house or the temple of Yahu that was placed in the P. Amherst 63 papyrus, which then led to the Hebrew. So there's much more, and I just wanted to put just a little bit in here and use a specific title. So you know, for in the future, when people need to do research, and you know, when it's time to have debate discussion, and people are going to come do research, you're going to have to dig to find specific things. I'm not going to put it in the title for you just to find easy. You don't have to dig, come into these sessions, and by the time you find it, you'll change your mind. So Dua and Hinu to all the great supporters, to the Kuru of the House of Aten, to join us, to join the movement, houseofaten.org, and we have a beautiful system set up for those who want to go in deeper within the House of Aten. So Tua, and with that, I will let me come back to the chat. I see
you know, look fool.
Yeah, long
you already know. Yeah, you already know, look fool.
We go live every Saturday on Tahuti Pod Class, absolutely, and Sundays here in the House of Aten, absolutely. Weekends are used for teachings while everyone's out doing what they do. We're here teaching. What do you say? You might have to call out someone to debate for Sa Neter to put you on. He is the Don King. Oh yeah, you know. So I, you know, when y'all, I'm someone, as y'all know, I don't talk about what I'm gonna do. That's another part of the Heka, and I always speak about it. You know, to assist in your manifestation in your Heka, do not speak it out loud in a public setting like that. But absolutely, you know, that's where the attention goes. That's where the attention flows, and you know, being able to be in that space and position to bring more people is the goal, right? But I have to become the thing that I see for me to be in there and to do the thing that I want to do. So absolutely, but I'm gonna get on there and even crushing the 42 laws of Ma'at. That's that's very interesting. Great brother that you say that, because I have a few sessions, and let me see. What they say? Why do they keep saying 42 laws of only one of us? They don't read the papyri. But whenever I'm able to go over there, but yeah, I'll just put that out there, and to everyone for your attention, and the work is being done. So with that, I'll end with the Medu. Sakim M Arit Madur Ka'a Simu Hatu Natiru Pert and Hotep. I obtained the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the Natiru lead me. I come forth in peace. Hotep Marie.
Hotep, peace and love, everybody. Once again, appreciate you, great brother. Patah, Ani Atin Tahuti. Dua to you, great brother. Wonderful Nefer presentation. Dua for the depth, for digging, and showing mad love, man, because you are helping our crew rise and come forth as conscious light. So do it to you, great brother. Do it to the supporters, everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate all the supporters once again. Appreciate our Sabbath Tahuti Amun Hotep Rahim and his Awut. And I just appreciate just all the love, everybody who watching in the future. May you also give reciprocity. You'll be able to see that in the chat when it was live. So dua to you, man. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate the love. Shout out to Atef. Be safe out there, great brother, with the Aut. May Ra grant you and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at. And may you all rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rises and shine forevermore. Ma'at. I am the Jet to Jem Ma'at, him Power Ku, for everybody on the Tiru, Uncle Jasanab, Hotep Hanu, Nefer Upesh. Dua.
And with that, we will conclude with the affirmation. Hotep Hinu, everyone. Have a great rest of your night. Nefer Upesh, Nefer Rezi. May you rise as conscious light, and may you return with full memory. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Anki Ema'at, Un NS, Nintet Aset Ema'at, Min Hapapet Ema'at, Hurt in Hukui, Per Iku. I live from Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
And yes, the Hekau really works.
Push the button. Come on. Push the button.
Yeah, we're here, and we're the best.
You see, that's how it's done.
Yo, let's go.
Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died, and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed. Eating alkaline at this time, fasting Rizzo shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, fear had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of states effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling, forcefully holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed.